Man, I've got some breaking information regarding the Diablo Immortal update that we're going to hear more about tomorrow in just a few hours from now. That's going to probably launch in just a few days from then. We heard rumors of actual days. I've been covering it on the channel. But man, I have some breaking information that just came out from Dark Striker, who shared it in my Discord server. This has all been on Reddit. It is all just hit Reddit, which is why I want to bring it to you guys right now. Again, I don't know exactly the source here, but apparently this was done in some other language. I would assume it would be Chinese, and it's been moved over to English, but there is a lot of details here, and a lot of them align with what we were seeing in the Chinese patch notes, which leads me to believe that a lot of this could be true information. It's not confirmed by Blizzard. My contacts at Blizzard have not confirmed any of this with me. This is speculation at this point in time, but I think we have good reason to believe that it's true. We're gonna go through all of it. We have 5 pages. Let's go through this. This is from a major update developer question and answer, and it was compiled and translated by Budek. And the question was, can you give us some details on what to expect for the upcoming September 21st update? This is when the Chinese blog said the update was coming on September 21st, which is, again, only 3 days from now. The development team conducted meticulous planning and research to guide the trajectory of the upcoming update. First, Shadow War has been completely revamped, and new gameplay is about to be introduced to make clan versus clans more exciting. I personally think this is much needed because 1 versus 30 or so is just, it's stale. More players can participate and the battle is more engaging. Also, non-warband members can now participate in castle activities such as Purge the Depths, Endless Defense, to make it easier to complete the group activities. This is awesome for people that don't have the ability to be in these full warbands that are really held back from activities in the game. I understand how Blizzard always wanted to have these group activities in your warband or your truest, your heart people. But honestly, a lot of people were missing out because they didn't have those people. Now people are going to be able to do that for the first time, maybe even, which is great. Huge changes are being added to the legendary gem system. In addition to the introduction of the stage upgrade function and auxiliary gem feature, a new energy transfer function will also be tested to reduce the cost of switching gems. Remember when we said if you upgrade 5-star gems, you then lose a bunch of them if you try and get the gem energy out of them? It looks like that's going to be fixed. We do believe that these gradual updates changing your legendary gems will be so much easier, which I absolutely love. That's a really nice thing if that's actually going to be coming. Lastly, we're optimizing the player's day-to-day activities, which has been our focus during our planning. Currently, if the dungeon is not a bonus dungeon, where you get double the rewards, it's very difficult to form a party for it. Because of this, we're introducing a new feature to facilitate finding a 4-man team for any dungeons quickly. I'm here. I'm literally on my iPad right now because we're doing Heliquary, and I'm recording this during Heliquary, so I'm going to be a little bit AFK for the guys, but I thought this was important to bring to you. Additionally, common feedback with regards to daily questing experience mentions that these quests are tiring, repetitive, and poorly rewarded. Hence, we converted these daily quests to weekly quests, and some tasks have been optimized. We also made quest requirements a lot easier. It seems like they're actually seeing what the community wants and seeing what's wrong and trying to fix those things, which I absolutely love. So far, this is sounding like a really good update. Again, assuming that these things are actually the changes that are going to be announced tomorrow, which I will be bringing you tomorrow as soon as that happens. So make sure that you're subscribed. And if you're not, well, please do, because tomorrow I'm going to be hitting you up with actually what is being said by Blizzard and breaking all of that down. All right, let's get on to slide 2. Question: Shadow War is very boring. Most of the time, it ends in just a few minutes or even seconds, which is sadly true. What can be done to make it more exciting? The answer: exactly. The current format of Shadow War lacks passion. Does not feel like there's a head-to-head confrontation between clans. It's not head-to-head between clans. It's between the Immortal and a clan. It should be more engaging, wherein the players should be able to feel the intensity of the war, which is why it's called Shadow War in the first place. Makes good sense. In our September 21st Shadow War update, we introduced a MOBA-like gameplay. The war will take place on a long and narrow pathway. There are 2 enemy towers and 1 shadow crystal on each side. So you have a crystal here, and 1 path. And I assume you have to kill the crystals or something and fight your way to the crystals. The 2 enemy towers and the shadow crystal. There are 2 enemy towers and 1 shadow crystal. On each side of the battlefield, destroying these crystals, you will win the game. Points are obtained after winning a battle. The clan with the highest points across all games wins the Shadow War. This way, Shadow Wars will change from 1v30 confrontations to an 8v8 head-on confrontation. We hope you enjoy this experience. That sounds awesome. I absolutely love that type of MOBA gameplay. So hearing that that's going to be what Shadow Wars and maybe like, I'm all in. I'm up for change. I'll be happy with change. So yeah, let's bring it. Let's get on to the next slide and see what else. Question: it's very difficult to upgrade legendary gems, especially 5-star gems. It is very expensive to gather gem power. And before you're done upgrading it, a new gem that you want to try comes along, making it impossible for us to try new gems because the energy was used in upgrading the older gems. Totally true. What are the plans to improve this pay-to-win area of the game? Wow, they went out and just said that it was a pay-to-win area. That's pretty cool that they weren't holding back right there. Upgrading legendary gems still has some problems, and we never stopped optimizing it. In response to this issue, we'll be making the following changes, and we just finished our first Heliquary boss. Thank you to my my alliance and warband right here for actually getting me through that. Let's get to the first here. The stage upgrading will be introduced on the test servers was well received by players, so we'll expand the feature to be available to rank 5 gems and above. Okay, let's hear more about this. So it's been tested already, which is really cool because I wish I was part of those test servers, which I am not, but we'll see how that goes. Then there are concerns about the cost of switching legendary gems. With the continuous introduction of new legendary gems, players who have already upgraded 8 gems will have to bear the high cost of upgrading a new one, which makes it very difficult to try new gems. So true, you get kind of pigeonholed into the gems that you've upgraded, and you're really not going to want to change anything because that's the one that you've already upgraded. We'll launch a new feature in the future so that the players can easily transfer gem power from one gem to another, thereby reducing the cost of upgrading new gems. So essentially what that seems to mean is if I have a rank 7 5-star gem, I could pull the power from that rank 7 and put it into another 5-star gem to make it a rank 7 without losing all the gem power that you lose when you're going from one to the next. It also sounds there that it's not ready yet, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be something that's in this update. I'm not sure. We'll launch a new feature in the future, they say. So it doesn't seem like that one's ready. Finally, regarding the auxiliary gem feature we launched in July on some test servers, our current legendary gems can be embedded with an original gem called an auxiliary gem. After doing so, the gem effect of your actual gem will be temporarily replaced by the rank 1 effect of the auxiliary gem. The feature will be available on all this is going to be available on the 21st to help our adventurers explore more combinations of gem effects and experience with an even richer combat engagement. So an auxiliary gem is going to be, you have your gem, you want a different gem with different power, you could take another gem, put it on top of it, like a gem on gem, and it could swap the actual effect of that gem. That's cool. I like that too. That may even be better than swapping the powers. Maybe it's like, you know how we upgrade our skills? You just get it up to a level, and once your skill is at a certain level, it's at a certain level. Maybe this is more like we're upgrading our gem slots, and whatever gem you put in that slot of that level, it gets there. So then it would be like, it would be kind of cool actually if like a rank 10, oh, they would have to do some serious math there though. Never mind, my idea is not good. It gets very complex. Let's move on to the next one right here. Some dungeons are unpopular, making it very difficult to farm their green drops as you need to wait longer time to find a party for them. Can you do something about this? Well, of course Blizzard can. We'll introduce a new feature called the Random Dungeon to solve this concern. By joining a random dungeon queue, the system can quickly match players to any dungeon that's about to start nearby, reducing the waiting time for players to find a party. Completing a random dungeon will also give you additional rewards. Okay, so they're going to try and have us want to go to these random queues. Now, for me, I want to run the same dungeon over and over because that's the one that I know and that's the one that I can get done most quickly. But if there's more rewards to be had from doing a random dungeon, keep in mind, if you do a random dungeon, you don't have the control over the green items that could drop. Just saying. Immortal rewards suck compared to Shadows. No one wants to be immortal. How can you make players want to be immortal? Well, that's a great question too. And the tedious task of the Immortals discourages many players. With the upcoming update, we have reduced this burden. As with the Shadows, the daily tasks of the Immortals are now weekly tasks. Also improve the visual effects of the Immortal Cape to make it more appealing and more important, if the reign is long enough, the Immortal Cape will become a permanent, non-expiring reward. All right, so we've heard about the cape before. This isn't the first that we heard of it. We've seen it in these other patch notes as well. We saw a hint of it in patch notes. We're seeing it again here. So this seems like another type of cosmetic. But now when you're an immortal, you get the cosmetic and you lose the cosmetic. It doesn't last forever, right? You have it for while you're an immortal and it goes away. But it seems here, if you hold your reign long enough, you'll be able to get a cosmetic cape that you can then hold and keep. At least that's what it looks like right here. We also improved the visual effects of the Immortal Cape to make it more appealing. And more importantly, if the immortal reign is long enough, the Immortal Cape will become a permanent, non-expiring reward. That sounds cool. I like that. When can we gender change? I personally don't care about that. Honestly, I really don't. But I guess people do. It's already under development. We focused first on the class change function and ensured that it was stable before proceeding with a gender change. Rest assured, it will be released once it's ready. As for the time frame, expect it released this year. Okay, so it looks like gender change is actually coming. So we're going to be seeing that. And we have a conclusion, which I actually have one more slide after this as well. We sincerely hope that our next major update on September 21st will bring better optimized experience to all players. We want to make sure you're having a great time playing Diablo Immortal. Obviously, we love this. All of this stuff with the gems, though, it makes me wonder, is it going to make it less expensive for us to upgrade everything, or is it going to make it in some way more expensive for us to upgrade? Is it another way of them to monetize, or is it something that's just for the players and quality of life? I guess we're going to get to test that stuff out. If these things actually do come to be, they really do seem, this seems sincere. So I'm having high hopes for it, but again, nothing is yet confirmed. We have this as well. Big update on the 21st. New green suit attributes revealed. New green outfit, Holy Arms. 2 pieces, releases the control immediately when controlled to be immune to the control of 1 second. Cooldown for 30 seconds. This is a new gem they're talking about, I believe. 4 pieces when causing, this is going to be a new secondary gem. With 2 pieces, releases the control immediately when controlled, then immune to control for 1 second. Cooldown for 30. 4 pieces when causing damage increased by 30% for 3 seconds, cooldown for 60 seconds. And with a 6-piece set, you have when receiving a buff, the size increases by 50%, the life increases by 100 and lasts for 6 seconds and has a cooldown of 120 seconds. So it looks like we're going to probably have new gems coming as well. This one seeming to be some type of a green set. New green suit attributes. That's talking about the green items, our secondary items. I'm collecting my items as we go through here because, as I mentioned, 3 Heliquary bosses are done in the making of this video. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that these changes, that these things, apparently it seems to be that someone was in a meeting and shared information that was then translated to English that probably happened over in China. Do you think it's legit? I will be live with you or dropping a video for you as soon as I get any information tomorrow. I hope to see you guys there. Let me know your thoughts on all of this down below, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.